All right, let's move on to the next topic, shall we? I lost the duck. LeRon, what's our next topic?
Our next topic is we're rolling into our banter of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. As always, head over to bossrush.net and check out. We actually have a feature section for all of our Boss Rush banters and stuff like that. So just head over to the website. The website has been newly reconstructed and redone and stuff like that. So kudos to the behind the scenes team that was on that. And by the behind the scenes team, I mean Corey.
No, they all suck. It's all broken.
Yeah. So this week's Boss Rush banter. Hang on, because I'm having a hard time pulling it up. Okay, so this one is from Julie Yang. I didn't quite get. It's kind of weird sometimes how like Yang is pronounced and stuff like that. So I'm sorry in advance if I butchered your name, Julie. I'm so sorry. But Julie basically like asks, what games are your guilty pleasure? So like that's what we're talking about right now on this segment of the show.
Great. Guilty pleasure games. Let me tell you how much I love Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Let's go.
Let me tell you.
I'm going to stop you right there.
There's a Mulan event going on right now. Okay.
Ooh.
I got me my
gotta get that internet.
Yeah, you gotta get it now. There's only 14 days left in the event. You gotta, get your green combat dress going.
Yeah.
I missed the Disney Parks one. I'm very upset because that was the one I was looking forward to the most. And then I put it down because Destiny came out and I missed it. So let me tell you though, Disney Dreamlight Valley is people are obsessed with Animal Crossing. Okay. Disney Dreamlight Valley is my Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
You mentioned that earlier with the nostalgia for Disney, right? So here we go.
Yeah.
We're looping it back in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a Disney adult.
Look, man.
Wow.
I invested so much money in Scrooge McDuck's store. Okay. I now get a 10% discount on all items sold through the store. Okay.
There we go.
That's a flex. We should really respect him now from that.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I feel like it definitely was a flex.
More gold for Scrooge's vault. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, by guilty pleasure game, is it like a game that's like redeemed as not as good as it should be?
It's
like a game that you wouldn't outspokenly say you play a lot.
I would say it's a game that you're embarrassed to tell people that you play.
Or it could be a game that's not common for you to play,
Yeah. Let's see.
Like Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah.
Disney
unwind after some Destiny with some Disney farming or whatever happens in that game.
Look, you gotta game the system. I'm out there farming and selling my bananas to fucking Goofy so he can give me coins so I can go buy new outfits from Scrooge. Okay,
so he can pay for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah. Attaboy.
Man.
Sora will show up in there someday.
I don't think I have any guilty. Only thing that comes to mind is Fortnite. I play that a lot while in between a lot of different games or with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not really the type to go out and be like, "Hey, my name is Sophie. I play Fortnite."
Yeah.
Every day at 8 p.m. And it's like that's kind of my guilty pleasure. Like I don't openly wear it on my chest. It's just I find pleasure in playing Fortnite, and I'm guilty in it. So
I like the.
Oh, go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
I was gonna say like the concept of the guilty pleasure. Like we're all old or mature enough in some way where it's like you're not ashamed to say that you play a game like that.
Yeah.
But it could be just like one of those things where like people might not expect that I like to play a certain type of thing. I don't know. Maybe some other people would have things that they would like hide their computer monitor if like someone walked in the room or something like that. But
he's like, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't really have anything where it's like, I would be ashamed to say that I'm playing this or something. But there are things that are unexpected or in genres that, people may not expect.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, there are TV shows I don't tell people that I used to watch. LeRon made fun of me because we talked about it on a show a couple years ago. Guilty pleasure TV shows.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I used to be really into reality TV shows.
Look,
I had a phase.
I
I used
watched.
to be big into Sailor Moon.
I mean, I watched Gossip
That one was amazing. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Sailor Moon's tight.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. I'll embarrass myself even more. Jim and the Holograms.
I mean,
It
I'm gonna
sounds like a
one.
little bit before my time.
I'm
Yeah.
That was
gonna.
definitely before your time.
Before my time. Okay.
I'm gonna.
Okay, so Jim, that show like was around when the original GI Joe show was new.
Wow.
Dang. LeRon, you're so
And
old.
GI Joe's still ancient to me.
There's so many incarnations of GI Joe. I looked at the Wikipedia for GI Joe. There's been 7 animated series.
Yeah. That's what they do. They keep
That is a
they keep
franchise,
playing on
yeah.
that nostalgia, keep bringing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like
mean,
GI Joe's in due time to die though, because now they're just like thriving in collaborations, nothing really original.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Guilty pleasure games for me is like rhythm games, especially Dance Dance Revolution. And I mean, if I walk past a cabinet, I will drop some quarters in and play.
I
Hell yeah.
love rhythm games. Rhythm games are definitely my secret ingredient to being happy.
I love them
Yeah,
too.
same. And here's the crazy part about it. There was when DDR was just getting off the ground and everything. Like I would walk past. Well, I used to live in arcades, so like I would walk past those machines, and I was like, "There's no way in hell you're gonna catch me jumping up and down that damn thing." Stuff like that. One day though, I was off from work early, and I had to stop by the mall for something. So I always run into an arcade and play the whatever flavor of the week fighting game it was. I think at the time, the first Marvel vs. Capcom was out.
Wow.
Yeah, the first Marvel vs. Capcom was out. So I was in there playing for a little bit, and then I just happened to walk past the DDR cabinet, and like they would have covers of songs and stuff like that. So I actually heard a hook for a song that I recognized, like growing up and stuff like that. So I stopped for a moment. I just watched it for a second. I was like, okay, let me just drop a couple of tokens in here and see how to play. Of course, I did not do well that first time. But then the gamer spirit in me was like, hold on. I'm gonna get good at this game. So I walked down the GameStop, bought like the two PlayStation Dance Dance Revolution games and a gamepad.
Nice.
and that was my history. Like I played DDR. Let me see. So when I discovered that DDR, I want to say like Third Mix was out. So I played DDR from Third Mix, 6, 7. I played 9 iterations of DDR, like in the arcade,
So you definitely were around that, yeah.
Yeah, and then I realized because I was getting competitive. I was actually going to tournaments and stuff for this game. That's and stuff like that. But then it got to a point where like one day, like I was playing, I was still having fun, but I was noticing I just wasn't hitting those scores the way I used to. And then one time I was watching an episode of the Justice League cartoon, and when Amanda Waller was talking about Bruce Wayne and stuff, and talking about how Batman was just getting old and slow, so he was losing his edge, I was like, oh shit, that's me in DDR right now. It's time to stop. It's time to hang it up.
I like how you compared Batman fighting crime to DDR.
Yeah,
it's true.
Well,
just imagine like you're like an athlete that's gone to the Olympics quite a few times, got your medals and stuff, and you realize you can no longer keep up with like. Yeah. That's where I was at.
Yeah, it'll happen to LeBron one of these times.
It happened to Lightning McQueen in Cars 3.
There we go. I think my like guilty pleasure thing that I wrote down is I play old sports games as like a comfort game, and so like it's not cool to say that you play sports games at this time and age. If you say you play Madden, people are like, all right. So I mean I don't play the new Madden games. I don't think they're good, but I try them every year. Like during the off season, they'll put like last year's Madden game on Game Pass or something. And I always try it. And I was like, nope, not this one, maybe next year. But I do play sports games from like 2004, 2005.
Yes.
Which is my nostalgic time, both for sports games, but also for like the time that I cared about football the most and the time that like I had the most fun as a fan of football and baseball. So right now on my Steam Deck, if I'm having a night where like I'm feeling down or my brain is too busy and I can't focus on a game that has a story, I will play MVP Baseball 2005 on my Steam Deck and
Wow.
listen to
Nice.
podcasts. And I did a fantasy draft with the Reds and drafted a bunch of players from 2005. I still remember everybody. And that's like a somewhat guilty pleasure because it's like, what are you doing playing this baseball game from 2005, man? But that's, I mean, that makes me happy. So I'm not really ashamed of like anything that I play really, but this is the closest thing to like the spirit of the question, I think.
That's amazing. I love that you played sports games from that, because that's about the time that I think I probably stopped falling in love with sports games, was like
Yeah.
And
the 360 era, I would say.
It was Madden 06. The
Yeah.
first one on the 360 was when I was like, this is not as good as it was last year.
Yeah. I think I
Yeah.
continued to buy the PS2 versions even though I had a 360.
I think they
Was
kept
that the-
making
was that the
PS2 games
downfall of
until like,
sports games?
what's up?
Was that the downfall of sports games?
Mm-hmm.
HD
Yeah.
in
Yes.
HD, in my opinion, is the downfall of sports games because
Yeah.
they were always trying to be realistic with Madden and 2K and stuff like that. But when they
Yeah.
could actually be more realistic, that's when it stopped being fun for me. Now, I will say, when I have a little bit more disposable income, I'm going to buy that college football game that just came out recently and see how that is.
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah,
know
like-
a bunch of people are really excited about that.
I used to be big into the NCAA
Yeah.
college football games, like, and
Me
I'm
too.
like, I'm kicking myself that I haven't even tried this yet. But I believe, hold on, I
if
believe
you
I
have-
believe it's on PC Game Pass though, right?
If you have EA Play, you get a 10-hour trial.
Yeah.
So, which is how
And
I
if you
play
have
Madden every
Game
year.
Pass Ultimate, you have EA Play.
Yeah.
I have Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah. Which is how I play Madden every year. I get my 10 hours of play and I'm like, I don't know if I really enjoy this, so I'm not going to buy
Yeah,
it.
this is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you next
Yeah.
year. That's
Yep.
what I do
Yeah.
too.
See you after the Super Bowl when you are here full time.
Yeah. When I'm it's like when this is all right, this is the guilty thing about this. So I still follow baseball. I watch a lot of games. I edit podcasts when I watch baseball because it's something I can multitask and do. If my favorite team, the New York Yankees, loses and I'm mad, I will play MVP Baseball 2005 and like take it out on the computer. That's a guilty pleasure.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember when I got my PS2, the first 3 games I bought were The Bouncer, NBA
Ooh.
Live
Ooh,
2001, and Madden 2001, and I just
Yeah.
Eddie George was on the cover.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, so good. I was like, that was the game I pointed to and was like, games will never look better than this.
Yeah.
Of course I was wrong, but you know.
Final Fantasy X was one of those, just to loop that back in real quick. When I first played Final Fantasy X, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
The opening cutscene with the bubble when they're all playing Blitzball in the bubble, and you see
Still looks
Orin
great.
standing on the edge, and the big tidal wave that's Sin comes. Oh, so good.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good. That was impressive
Oh,
for
so
its time.
good. So good.
I hope you had Devil May Cry in your PS2 collection at some point too. It's one of my favorite PS2 games.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
The only
I have a love-hate relationship with Devil May Cry because I love Devil May Cry 1, could not stand Devil May Cry 2, love Devil May Cry 3, and Devil May Cry 4 really pissed me off. DMC Devil May Cry basically like restored my faith in Devil May Cry, even though everybody disavows that game. And Devil May Cry 5, I think, is pretty good.
Okay. The DMC Devil May Cry, I feel like it is a very good game. Not a good Devil May Cry game, but it's a very good game, regardless.
There you
Because
go.
it drops all thematically the vibes from Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
It loses its charm, right? But it's still a very good narratively and gameplay wise a good game, right?
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 4, what do you mean you hate it? Like what's your nitpicks? That's what I want to hear.
Okay, so I literally was pissed off that I played half a game as not Dante to then get Dante and play the game in reverse.
Yeah.
That is really what pissed me off. And the thing about it is Nero's a cool fucking character. I don't think he was
He's
that
pretty
cool, and I don't think he was cool in Devil May Cry 4 though. I don't. Like, he's cool as shit in Devil May Cry 5, and like and a lot of the spin-off stuff, because like he winds up being guest characters in like games that aren't even related to Devil May Cry, and like I feel like he's so much cooler since his introduction than he ever was when he first debuted.
That's true. He was definitely more of the angsty teen version, and Dante was more sort of like mature, comedic guy.
Man. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.